Hey, it's Birdman for Birdman on the Mountain, powered by Cellular One. Here I am at my studio once again. Time for a community shout from Pinetop Lakeside. And this morning with me, I've got Mr. Royce Kincannon with MPC. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. So you're talking about some school stuff, obviously.
Yeah, our kids' college program that we just started registration starting May 1st. Our kids' college program is a program for kids between the ages of 6 and 14, and it runs June 5th through July 15th, I believe are the dates. It's the first Monday in June and runs for 6 weeks.
Okay, and what days during the week? Every single day during the week? And
Monday through Friday.
okay, and the hours and it all varies based upon what classes they're taking. Isn't
That's
that correct?
correct, but most of them are between 8 and 4. It allows the parents that want to take their kids to these programs to drop them off during the day and be involved in the different programs that they're in, depending on what they sign up for. And then by the time they're getting off work, then the kids are completely done with school and get to go have some fun.
Very cool. So talk to me about what some of the curriculum is. Is it what kind of classes you got?
Well, we have a little bit of everything. We pride ourselves in that. This year, we're doing a lot of STEM classes: science, technology, engineering, and math. We have different classes on hair care. We have one that always fills up is fun with duct tape, where they make duct tape wallets and duct tape this and that.
Fun with duct tape.
Yeah. Actually, this year, we also have a soccer camp that's going on in Snowflake. And it's going to be happening at our location and then at an alternate location, one of the parks there. But they're going to be teaching them soccer basics and teaching all the kids the fundamentals and how to prepare themselves for being in the soccer league.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's really some great classes. It gives the kids something to do this summer instead of sitting on the couch and becoming a vegetable,
Now, is this at the Sholo campus, at the Snowflake campus, at both campuses?
Actually, it's at all of our campuses. We have classes this year in Sholo, Snowflake, Holbrook, Winslow, St. John's, and Springerville, and maybe even White River. We're going to get some classes down there. You can it's real simple. You just go to npc.edu, scroll down the page, and you look for the little happy face next to the Kids College wording. Click on it, and it'll take you to our page where you can look at all the classes that are available. And by the way, we're adding classes every day. We still are adding classes even as we speak, and will be through the first couple weeks of Kids College, because a lot of teachers, say, "Oh, I didn't realize that was coming up so quick," and they get their stuff in. We get their classes set up, but we add about 5 to 10 classes a day almost.
Wow.
So
Cool. So it's a good way to make learning fun. Keep it going through the summer, all those kind of fun things, and a lot of engagement. There's a social aspect of it too.
right, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
And one of the classes we're really kind of hip on this summer is there's a forensics class where they can go and take some ideas, find ideas, and see what forensics is all about.
Very cool. Awesome. Anything else we should know?
Nope. Once again, just go to npc.edu, look at the classes that are available. The registration is online. You can sit at home, find the classes you want for you and your child. And by the way, when you go there, you make a profile for the parent, then put all their children underneath them as members. That way, the child's information is not available to anybody else. And you can sign up for all the classes you want and pay for it right there with your debit or credit card.
Cool. Hey, thank you for your time this morning. We really appreciate that. And make sure you're checking out that school. I've got another person waiting in the wings, so hang out here for the Pinetop Lakeside Community Shout. Okay, as promised, I'm back and rolling right along now. I've got a gentleman joining with me, Tom, Father Tom, Preacher Tom,
Pastor Tom.
Pastor Tom. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. So I did the last
Yeah.
Proclamation.
I think maybe I can ask you some questions this time instead.
Oh, really?
How'd that go for
It
you?
was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Got a lot of feedback from it. A lot of people come out. These are fun. So why don't you give everybody a rundown on what it is in case they're unfamiliar?
Okay. It's a storytelling event. It's called the Proclamation, sharing the story of me, and it is a chance. Really, we look at it as a chance to build community here in Pinetop Lakeside, Sholo, and the Greater White Mountains. It is a storytelling event. We are looking for just regular folks telling stories about their life. These are not professional storytellers. These are community members. And we have a theme. This is our number 6. Yeah, number 6. And our theme this year is wilderness stories. So we're asking folks. We have 4, and I have all of them lined up. I would knock on wood and make sure all of them stay on board. The last one I just got signed up just recently. I don't have all his information, but Marc Traeger, who is a local doctor, Adam Reeck, who is a local high school teacher, and Chad Brewer, who is he has himself listed as a wealth advisor. So are going to be our storytellers, sharing stories of wilderness experiences, which, as I told them, could be camping in the White Mountains, getting lost on the subways of New York, or the wilderness of your mind. So who knows where they will go with that theme. And keeping kind of with that, we try and keep our music piece with that theme if we can. And I'm real excited that Steve Harrington and the Saddle Mountain Band are going to be playing, and they have a Western theme to them. And so I think that'll fit that really well. And so we come together, we hear 4 stories, and we hear some music. And we also have a kind of an outreach, or what we would call a mission piece. And we want to support a local nonprofit. And the local nonprofit that we're supporting is the White Mountain Nature Center, and specifically their rehab piece that they're working on.
Well, it's wilderness, so it's kind of
Yeah.
nice that you tied in.
Yeah,
the
it
nature
works. Sometimes it works really well that way. Doesn't always work that way, but that's what we go for. So I'm real excited. And again, we've had, we started out last year. We've had our first one. We had 50. We got up to about 100 people on our highest one, and I'd love to see it just keep growing. It's a great way to kind of meet other people, and there's a lot of diversity up in this little town. And so it's, sometimes I think we get stuck in our own little circles, and it's good to hear stories from people that you may never have met.
Yeah. I mean, it starts out with a couple people speaking, and then you have a little bit of an intermission, the music, stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
people speak after that, and so
Yeah,
it
we-
works out rather nice.
Yeah, we try and get it, we start at 6:30. I guarantee that we'll stop by 8-ish, whatever that means. And I don't think, I think the longest we've ever gone is about 8:30, because it is a Thursday.
Great.
So, there are people do have to work, and this one, there shouldn't be anyone heading for school per se, but yeah, we don't go on into the evening. We usually do 2 stories, a couple of songs. Beth from the Pinetop Coffee House has continued to donate coffee, so we continue to tell people how wonderful she is, because
Yes.
she's wonderful, and the coffee's great, so that's a part of it as well.
Awesome stuff. Anything else you want to mention for folks?
Not really, other than if you've been thinking about it, I encourage you to come out, and if you've been, tell your friends and bring more. I mean, the problem I would love to have is that we have to go look for bigger space or figure out how to get more people in there. So,
Yeah.
Could I ask you one question?
Sure,
Mark?
you may.
I'm just curious, sitting up there in that chair, in front of family and friends and
Yeah.
complete strangers, how'd that feel?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I've done
Yeah.
many performance type things, but no, it was good interaction, and it was nice afterwards. Unfortunately, I had to duck out because we had people in town that were visiting, but I had a lot of people follow up with me later that were like, "Wow, I didn't know that," or "It was cool," and
Yeah.
that was nice to know. So some things that I shared that were a little bit that you wouldn't know normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my last thing I would say is we're on Facebook, the Proclamation, sharing the story of me. That's probably the best way to find out about us. And if you're interested in this and telling a story or wanting to know more about it, like I said, go there, message us, or you can call me at the Presbyterian Church, and that's Community Presbyterian Church in Pinetop.
Very cool. And it's Pastor Tom, obviously. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to see if the Chamber of Commerce has got some things to say. If not, we'll be done, but hang on and I'll be right back. Okay, as promised, here I am back and still hanging out in my studio, ironically. It's the Chamber of Commerce, of course. Hanging out with me is Malaina Spillman. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And you have your wonderful Chamber of Commerce shirt on.
I actually was just thinking that. I think I wear this almost every time I'm on the show. So
So nobody will know.
I do have other clothes, I
Yes,
promise.
Yes, she does. So what are we talking about? So anyways, I missed the wonderful Roaring 20s, and that was
did.
2 weeks ago. But
It was.
how'd it go?
It was really good. I was amazed and pleasantly surprised about how many people dressed up.
Yeah, I saw the photos. And I'm like, oh man, you got to be kidding me!
Yeah.
Everybody was dressed up. There was flappers going on.
It was so fun.
yeah.
It was a really, really cool event. It was definitely something different. For the first time, us doing it for the first time, I think it went over really, really well. Of course, when you do an event, there's always things you can tweak and,
Right.
and do different and better. But overall, it was a great event.
Next year you got to have a raid. I think the police got to come in and raid it
Hey,
because it's a speakeasy.
that
No,
would be
just
funny.
kidding. I don't know. Everybody run. No, then everybody
No,
leave. It's
yeah,
probably a bad
maybe
idea. But
not.
anyways, okay, so that's done.
Yep.
I'm thinking there's flocking coming somewhere in the
There
future,
is.
but we'll get to that later.
Yes.
But what's next?
Our music festival,
Cool.
High Mountain Music Fest. I think this is our 7th annual or 7th year of doing it.
I'm looking at last year's poster. It's over there on my wall, and no, I don't see it. Says
Yeah,
okay,
I
whatever.
usually don't put annual unless
Yeah.
it's like our fall festival because that's over 40 years. So,
There you go. Yeah,
that's really an annual thing.
then you're bragging.
Yeah. So it will be Father's Day weekend, Saturday of Father's Day weekend, June 17th. And the actual music part is going from noon to 8 p.m. And then we have beer tasting from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So tickets are on sale. We're getting them on our website this week. And we're actually printing them today as soon as our ink gets here. But tickets are $10 for just the music or $30 for music. And you get 10 beer tasting tickets with that.
Yeah, and $30 is well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We have some great breweries. This year, like all the other years, it's Arizona breweries. And this year, we're adding some Arizona distilleries with that. So we'll have a little more variety. And, of course, we'll have some wine for sale at our chamber booth and stuff. But we have some great bands coming up, and a couple of them are brand new.
So run us down the bands.
Okay, so to kick things off, we have, oh my gosh, my brain just
Of course.
totally went blank.
I knew it.
I
Ha-ha.
know. I should have had them
I
written
said,
down.
do you have the bands? She goes, yeah. And I said, do you know them? Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Planting Seeds is our first band.
There we go.
And they are a local band here from the White Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a new band, Thermal Blues Express. And they're Arizona. They're coming from Phoenix.
Right.
So it's real blues rock. I think they sound really great. And then, so that's our 2 to 4 slot. And then 4 to 6 is The Brighter Side, which is Ryan David Orr's band, another local band
Very
from here in
cool.
the White Mountains. And then our last band to close everything down, and from 6 to 8, is the Mills End Band.
Mills End.
And they are kind of I guess you would say like a classic rock style band. They open for Roger Clyne and the Peacemakers, and they've opened for several other bigger names. So anyway, really looking forward to
Very cool.
to having all of them come.
That's awesome. Well, if you're paying attention, this posts on Thursday. Yesterday, made an announcement with the Lion's Den up at Pinetop Lakeside Live. So go check that out on the Facebook feed of Birdman Media. All the bands are going to be announced and all that. So I don't have that list of bands with me. So
That's a lot longer list. though.
yeah, but you want to check that out. We're announcing that. We announced that yesterday. So Wednesday, or I think we did. I don't know. I'm doing this in the past, so I'm guessing the future. Ooh. So I want to make sure people understand too that designated driver is not
Yes,
a bad idea.
absolutely.
There is safe ride
Yes, and we actually have a chamber member, White Mountain Dial Ride.
and dial
too.
ride as well.
So,
Yes.
yeah. We'll have all that information there, and yeah, Honda is sponsoring, and Summit Healthcare, and
Very cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you to them, and come get your tickets.
So and once again the date,
June 17th,
June 17th,
Father's Day weekend,
Father's Day weekend. So,
and it's at Places, Pinetop Lakes Activity Center and Stables on Buck Springs Road.
and we're really hoping this year no smoke.
Yes.
It
And
wasn't too
no
bad last year,
wind.
and no wind. Yeah, so let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, that's going to be it for this episode of the Community Shout from Pinetop Lakeside. Blah. Yes,
Lakeside.
Pinetop Lakeside here in the Chamber building in my studio. I'm Birdman, and as I always say, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.